Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything that got added into Grand Theft Auto 5 Expanded and Enhanced, which is basically Grand Theft Auto 5 for next-gen consoles such as the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and also PlayStation 5. So as of recording this video, Rockstar has not gave us any details on the exact stuff that got released with GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced for next-gen consoles. So that's why I thought I'd make this video. That way anybody who's curious can watch and find out every single thing that actually got added with the new game. Because as you guys know, lots of people are curious on what is actually different with this next-gen version of GTA compared to the old-gen version of GTA. And I'm happy to say that it's a pretty big difference. You guys can actually see in the gameplay right now, all of this gameplay is coming from the new next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. And you can see it is just way more smooth, the graphics are way better, and there's lots of things that got added that are just small details that in my opinion make the game that much more good. So this game just got released for next-gen consoles, so I might miss a few details that they did add to the game, but I'm gonna go over a few of my favorite details that I've noticed. Now if you guys actually explode vehicles now in the game, it is super detailed. It completely explodes, catches on fire, and also leaves a very detailed smoke trail. You can see the car's on fire right now and you can see the smoke trail right there on top of it. It looks super detailed, especially with the performance RT option on, which we're going to go over later on in the video. Another one of my favorite details that they did add is going to be swimming underneath water. The quality and also the FPS just makes swimming underneath water super smooth and super cool. You guys know swimming underneath water is not something that a lot of people do, but now on this next gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 Online and even Grand Theft Auto Story Mode next gen, it looks super cool when you're swimming underneath water. You guys can see right here in the gameplay how cool that actually looks. Another one of my favorite details is actually going to be just driving around in the game, especially if you're driving in this area that I'm driving in right now through grass. I don't know why, but it makes it feel like a completely different game. It doesn't even feel like I'm driving in GTA 5. It feels like I'm driving in Forza or something like that. I don't know why. I can't even really point out exactly what they changed to make it feel so different. I have a feeling it has something to do with the camera angle, because the camera angle does feel like it's a little bit lower compared to how it used to be. I don't know what it is, it's too early to tell, but driving in the game feels way better than it used to. So those are just a few of the details that I automatically noticed while playing this next gen version, but the textures around the map is probably one of the biggest things that you'll notice while playing. Now what I mean by textures is basically just the grass, trees, and everything that's found on the map. And I know that sounds insane, like who cares about trees and grass, but you can just tell when they said improved textures, they really meant that, because when you're roaming around the map, driving through grass, or just looking at the trees, you can tell that they really did improve the textures of stuff around the map. So with this new game came some new vehicles. Now starting off on Legendary, we're going to have the Astron Custom as a new vehicle for $1.7 million. Right next to that, we're also going to have the Coil Cyclone 2, which is a new car for only $2.2 million. Over on Warstock, the new vehicle is going to be the Weaponized Ignis, which is a vehicle that we already had, but this version is going to be weaponized. And over on Southern San Andreas, we're going to have the Karen S95 and also the Imponte Arbiter GT. And those are all going to be the new vehicles that came out with this next version of GTA. Anyway, if you guys actually take any one of your vehicles inside of the Los Santos Customs and go over to primary colors, you guys will notice there's going to be a chameleon paint job section. Now these chameleon paint jobs look absolutely insane. For you guys who've been watching my channel, you guys probably have seen a video that I made in the past talking about these chameleon colors, and they are indeed now out in the game. You can see, look how crazy these colors are. I'm pretty sure you guys all know how these chameleon paint jobs work. Basically, the camera angle that you're looking at the car determines the color that you're going to be looking at. So the more you move your camera angle, the more different colors you're going to end up seeing. And these paint jobs are going to run you anywhere from $40,000 to $70,000 for these paint jobs, but it's going to be completely worth it. Anyway, we're also going to have a new vehicle workshop. If you guys get any one of the new vehicles, take it inside the LS car meet and click modify vehicle while you're inside of it. It's going to take you inside of the vehicle workshop inside of the LS car meet. Now you guys can actually get special upgrades for the performance upgrades on the cars, such as the brakes. You can see they're called HSW brakes, as well as the engine, which you can see it's called the HSW engine. Basically all the performance stuff like the engine, brakes, transmission, even turbo. Now if you guys take a close look right here at the upgrades, you can actually see that the acceleration has a second bar. So the acceleration on this car is super fast. If you guys do not know what this car is called, it's called the S95. I highly recommend getting it because it has a super fast acceleration. And as far as graphics go for this game, we have 3 different options for graphics. So you just open up your pause menu, come over here to settings, then go over here to display. Now the first option you're going to have is going to be called performance. Second one is going to be called fidelity. And then the third one is going to be called performance RT. Now I'm running performance RT right now because this is going to be the best one to run. This is basically going to give you ray tracing and a super smooth feel to the game. I highly recommend this, but if you guys want to, you can just mess around with all 3 of those graphic settings and see which one you like the best, and then you can just select which one you like. So now I'm going to be giving you guys a list of every single graphics upgrade that came out with this new next gen version of Grand Theft Auto. Now the first upgrade is going to be a 4K resolution, so you can now play Grand Theft Auto 5 online and also story mode in a 4K resolution if you do have a monitor or TV that runs 4K. We also now have ray tracing support, which is why we have some really cool graphics in game, as well as 60 FPS. We also have HDR support for HDR supported displays. We have faster loading times. We have increased population and traffic variety. We have Tempest 3D audio engine, as well as spatial sound. And we also have a performance ray tracing mode of 60 FPS. We have haptic feedback and adaptive triggers for the people over on PlayStation 5. We also have improved textures, lighting quality, across shadows, water reflections, and way more other elements. We also have a fluidity with ray tracing and 4K rendering. And the last thing is going to be a highly detailed new explosion and fire, which I did show you guys gameplay of because the fire and explosion animation looks way better now in this next gen version. To put all that in simple terms though, all that just makes the game look absolutely amazing when it comes to shadows, texture qualities, and even smoothness when it comes to that FPS. Of course, you can even play this with 4K resolution if you do not have a 4K monitor or a 4K TV. So do keep that in mind. I do hear lots of people talking about how their display or resolution, is not 4K, but they're not even playing on a 4K monitor or 4K TV. So of course it's not going to be 4K if you don't have the proper equipment. Anyway, we also have another new thing, which is not that big of a difference, but if you go to your interaction menu and go over here to where it says map split options, there's going to be a whole new thing you can do. If you click here, you can actually hide different things that pop up on your mini map, like actually your properties, which you can actually hide now, like your nightclub, your arcade, all those properties you can actually hide and they won't show up on your mini map anymore. And all these different options you can basically hide from your mini map, which is actually a really cool feature because there is certain stuff that you might not want to see on your map because it just takes up too much space, and now you will be able to hide that. Anyway, one of my favorite things that came out with this new next gen version is if you press the pause menu and go over here to where it says find new session, without going to creator, now you can literally find a new session, but you don't have to just go to a public session. You actually get to choose now. You can go to a public, an invite only, a crew session, a closed friend, or even a solo session. As you guys know, before what we had to do is go to either story mode or creator and then go to an invite only session. Now you can go straight to an invite only session, just straight from the session that you were previously in, which is pretty cool. And the last new thing that got added into the game is going to be the HSW time trial. You guys know normally we usually have a regular time trial and an RC Bandito time trial. Now we're going to have a new one called the HSW time trial. Now it's not confirmed if we're going to be getting a new one every single week, but we're just going to have to wait and find out till the next weekly update comes out, and we're going to see if it switches every single week just like the other time trials. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Those are basically all of the main important details and new things that came out with this new next gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5 for Xbox Series X/S and also PlayStation 5. Of course, this has only been out for a few hours, so I might have missed some details that came out with this new game. So I'm sorry if I did miss a few, but these are basically all the new important stuff that got added into the game. Anyway, hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy. If you guys did go on to enjoy, definitely do me a favor, go down below, drop a like, and also hit that subscribe button. And that's it for me. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.